Hi, welcome to episode 46 of my Krastorio playthrough. Today we're going to expand this wonderful place, and I installed a little something to accommodate myself a little bit better. This should distribute the stuff a little bit better than before. It looks quite even enough for me. I'm not too much of a perfectionist there. Whoa, what's going on here? They're starting to bite my walls. Okay, so we need to reinforce the defenses here. They're starting to ignore this patch. They're evolving their strategies. I don't like that. So today I'm also going to upgrade a lot of things. I just hope I have enough materials available. So this is the belt from the iron mine complex, which is still up and running. I'm also going to upgrade my iron mine complex road, because even if we don't fully pack this belt, one thing's for sure, it's going to be quicker than before. I'm gonna be more careful with the borders of my actions, because I just realized that after one upgrade they want to go into the next tier, and I don't have blue belts on me, so there we go. This is the first step of increasing the throughput a little. Ooh, there we go. Already dropped down a few impossible plans, and yeah. Chaos commences, and also somehow there are new icons everywhere. I don't know if it's from the base game or Krastorio upgraded the icons. I didn't follow the news lately. I was following some other news of other games, but it's looking lovely. Things are the items are looking a lot more machiney, if that makes any sense. Oops, there's a tree. I'm not sorry, tree. Also, we're really suffering from a lot of attacks lately. Am I really empty already? Oh man. So where am I? Yeah, let's have a walk. Let's research some military 4 piercing shotgun shells, cluster grenades. No real upgrades for me at this moment. I'm going to increase the physical damage, projectile damage further, because I like that. So, other thing I want to install at some point is nuclear power, I think. This could be quite good. Huh. So I would put up some mixer, or balancer, I mean. We might be actually able to straighten the iron plate production a little bit out there. Nice. So, more belts. I probably should start storing more than 500 of them. And, yeah. Lately I was considering to put up some why is there no deconstruction order? Sorry, that distracted me. Lately I was considering to put up some rail transport between these iron ore patches to the hub. I mean, I have the room for this kind of connection. I have planned like this a pretty long time before, because I like to have long-term plans. And wait a sec. Why doesn't that work anymore? What? Okay. I'm confused. Is there some major change, or... feel like the keyboard commands are different than before, but whatever. Let's keep upgrading this. Okay. My flying army of robots is getting things done for me. I like that. Alright. But keeping track of things and talking at the same time can be sometimes quite difficult to do. So obviously there are some red belts missing, or red underground thingies missing. I'm going to replace that in a sec. And there we go. I do have a few. Okay. And there we go. So I'm going to check if that did change something for the packing density of the iron ore there. And also it seems like this can be completely dismantled. Wonderful. Okay, that means this area here is entirely unnecessary. Well, I don't know why I split it up like this to begin with, but most of the time I have there was some reason. But the ore patches always change, so maybe I built some stupid thing. I don't know. Could be also possible. I'm not a genius after all. Okay, so does that change anything? I mean, the goods get transported quicker, that's for sure. So yeah, let's take a look at the smelters. I mean, I'm not able to facilitate them completely, but ultimately, my consumption seems to have decreased strongly there. So yeah, but I want more ore. That's the only thing I'm sure about. But also, I'm really interested in mining out the immersite, because this stuff is really, really interesting. The technologies which are including immersite are, well, fusion power is something, isn't it? I can't even tell where this stuff is happening, but there are some really weird things in the future. AI cores. I think I already have researched some things that required immersite, but not too many. The whole Krastorio stuff in the later game still confuses me a little bit. So we're going to need this quarry drill to to get some immersite later on. That's the next step too. Nuclear reactor is something I wanted to build as well, but I don't know if I'm going to go for that anytime too soon. Like, my energy budget is pretty good. Solid choice on the oil. Like, that stuff really is quite available, and I mean, let's check out how my resources are. 3.9 million over here, 3.1 million over here. So the good thing is oil is a rather clean production. If we look at the pollution levels there, it's there, but it's not horribly strong. Biters get attracted by that a lot more. I don't know if we're going to stay safe like that in the future, though. Really should keep this in mind, how vulnerable my outposts out here are. So the most challenging part about this run now seems to be to, for one, straighten out my mistakes due to inexperience, because, well, I never played Factorio too much before I started it again a few years ago, or a few months ago, much more. And so much has changed. I feel like I understood a lot before, and then all these versions later, some wonderful things happened with the game, and the mod community grew more and more, and at the same time the game got deeper and deeper, and well, so much to relearn. But I mean, I wouldn't be playing games like these if I would not like learning processes, after all. Okay, I'm spreading out some power network here to get laser turrets down as well. I'm not having too many anymore either, but no, I just fumbled around with the buttons there. Sometimes Factorio does that with me. I don't know why. Sometimes my brain just gets a wrong impression about the controls, and then suddenly nothing works anymore, and I feel like I'm stumbling around like a complete moron for a few seconds before I realize how the game works again, and then everything turns back to normal. I don't know why, but Factorio is kind of like the only game that does that with me. I don't know. Too many hotkeys I'm using subconsciously, I think. Or there is one game that does that with me too, but that's League of Legends, and that's more of a very quick-paced game, not like Factorio. Well, whatever. Enough of that rambling. I feel like the biters should be thinking twice before they go. Well, not thinking twice. They're going to have some trouble to reach my walls again. Let's put it like that. All right. So next up is the building plan for our mining ops, because I feel like for now that's all I can do. Like, upgrading the belt quality here was a big thing, a thing that was really important to me. And next up, I want to just increase the raw input of iron ore into my facility, because we're going to need such big amounts to make the big leap into the late game productions. We're needing so many things. Like, if this whole factory is running on full power, my resources will deplete in a very, very short time. So I asked myself how to arrange this. So the thing here is building up a train network just to combine these two ore patches didn't seem so necessary to me. So I made up my mind with something like a two-step plan. So I'm going to grab this patch here, and I'm going to connect that one more time with a belt system into the hub, because this is a very straight line to the hub buildings. And once I noticed that, I wanted to use this geographic feature of this patch, and we're going to use trains later on when we dive deeper into the planet's richer and bigger ore patches. Like, coal could be also a alternative to oil at some point, because you can extract oil out of coal as well. That's, for one, something that wasn't possible in the older versions of Factorio I was playing. I was quite baffled to see so many things I consider modded content are vanilla content, actually. It's just, yeah. If you're wondering sometimes how it comes that I don't know about vanilla things, it's just, I gave this game some long time to expand, and oh boy, it did expand. Alright, let's pick up some new miners and quit the rambling of this bearded guy, and well, let's check. No, these are... all the icons have changed. So, that's that. I'm going to grab more belts, and I should be downgrading the yellow... I should be using the yellow belts. in the production here a little bit more aggressively. Possibly should set up a robot connection network with a recycling process. Oh, been a little bit lazy to do that actually, but it's so good when it's up and running. So basically you can set up a chest network with robots flying around, which then carry junk like these yellow belts back to the facilities where they're getting put into the machines, into the red belt machines, where they get recycled into new red belts. It's a awesome process, and it's not that hard to set up, but well, I loathe big changes of my system. There are always complex problems happening when I expand into such things. Okay, there's a big old forest right next to our base, and I'm afraid parts of it have to go away. And also the question of defense arises. So we're having two big mean biter nests around the corner here. So they're not going to be too happy if we expand over here, but well, what can I do? Let's start destroying the trees here. Man, Factorio shows us the bitter nature of being a human. I'm always pretty surprised about myself, because I consider myself as a person as a very, well, the ecosystem is important to me, you know? I'm really concerned about climate change and whatnot. It's about that topic too, but in this game, I ruthlessly murder those forests without a hesitation, and that always shows me how quickly, as a human being, you are tempted to do something utterly wrong because your goals demand it, or for some whatever reason you might make up. Human beings are so good to make up good reasons for horrible things. It's amazing. And this game shows me how it comes together. Like building a factory. Makes you go crazy as well. Okay, so I'm going to hardcore mine this patch. So we're going to use as many miners as possible on this one to maximize the speed. I don't know if we're having enough miners. They always look so small when I begin with the placement of the miners. I can go like this. Don't need to be that careful. But before you're done, there are like 50 miners on the ground. So, what about that? Don't need to put it like this. Alright. So, how many do we have here? These are 72. Each one of those bad boys here moves 0.7.5 per second, but that's their base value, isn't it? So that gets increased by 20% more, which are 0.9 per mining drill. Okay, let's get out the good old calculator. So we have 30 units which we can transport. So we're getting 33 miners on one red belt. That means I'm going to need 3 connection circuits. Oh man, it's really about time to upgrade into the blue transport belts. Certainly is. It would be really helpful here. So yeah, well, we're going to divide it into 3 belts, as unfortunate as it might seem. But that's just how it goes. Or the other option would be to accept that this array produces more than the 60 units per second that it will move. I'm going to make it like this. I'm going to make a 2-lane system, and the miners get depleted at some point anyway, and you always have to keep in mind mining patches never run at their full potential forever anyways. So 40 on this side and 32 on this side. Well, not ideal, but I don't mind. It'll end up with a nice heavy packed red belt, so that's all I'm asking for. So let's ghost those. Ghosting is a little bit delicate. Alright. And ghost this one as well. So this is going to be the first array. Going to drop down a red inserter splitter here as well. So we're going to have a connection like this. So this is going to be the first belt. Where's my car? Down there. I need to build that by hand. I can't leave that to bots. It just makes me crazy. And I forgot to pick up the red belts. Okay. So we have to return to the factory anyways. Okay. That's another thing a logistics system could do for me. Well, the benefits of automation. Robots can do awesome things for you. So, there we go. This is going to be belt 1. Let's build a little balancer here to pack it evenly on one belt, and there we go. Going to do the same thing here another time with this one. This is going to be a very pretty much smaller array. I don't know if this will work out for a longer time. You know, because I'm that unhappy with how this will come, I'm going to do something different here. Warehouses are awesome to help yourself with problems like that. I'm just going to connect all these lines like this. That's just the simplest way to do. Where are the loaders? There are the loaders. Oh my goodness, those are gear wheels. So the basic idea is quite simple. I'm going to input all the stuff from the mining patch into the warehouse, and I'm going to build a balanced output of 2 belts, which will feed into the hub ultimately, because I feel like this is the simplest way to achieve a solid distribution on those belts heading back home. Whoa! Get away, you punks! This is not for you to eat. Wow, they're tough. Good lord. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. There's one more. Well, I guess this planet hates me by now. I wonder why. So let's pick up some ammo and start dropping down the turrets here. So, like it or not, my beta friends, this is my territory now. So, future expansions are now getting harder and harder. But, well, it's just a little bit more ammo we have to produce, that's all. Let's head over here. And if I'm understanding it correctly, they used to... Yeah, they're short of red belts, aren't they? Yeah, good boys. Okay. We're going to head back home in a sec, but I want to activate this beauty before I leave. And also it seems to me that I have to pack up some new laser turrets. Alright. I really somehow imagined to... I didn't imagine that the progress would slow down like this, or... No, that's not the right point. I didn't expect so much work to get into the deeper branches of the Krastorio mod. But it's cool. It's just the proper amount of work, which is necessary to give you some feeling of reward, but without horrible tedium like other mods C-Block offer you. But I mean, I like gaming masochism as well. I'm just like that. I don't mind. But so far, I'm really positively surprised about the gaming quality of Krastorio in general. It's a very, very well-made mod. It's like... I would imagine that this would be a DLC or something. I would mind. Okay. So now I'm already producing stupendous amounts of iron into the warehouse here, because I felt like, why not start like right here and already deploy that mining area. I mean, I don't have to transport the iron ore away from this at this point already. We can do that later, no problem. So also I'm walling in this area here, and we're going to remove these walls indoors then, because I mean this is our new border now, so we don't need those walls inside our base. There we go. Enough walls inside? They are. Okay, we just need to drive around a little bit. And also, I want more of the construction robots. So, what do I lack here? What's the new icon? I think those are the new batteries, or are they? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's the old school battery. Okay. I do have a storage unit for those. So, we're going to enter the base now. There we go. I'm going to continue the expansion from the inside. The RoboPort on the car is such an awesome thing. It's, well... Maybe that's also a reason why I rarely build train networks, because I love cars so much in this game. A lot of people... well, I don't know. I often see people going for train builds, preferably. I don't know. I hate trains. There you have it. They're so complicated things. But then again, once you have set them up, they're beautiful. That's the thing about trains, you know. Okay, we have now enough red belt, I hope, to get things done down here. Oh, it even is too much for my inventory. Nice. So, not so nice is the insane overspill of yellow belts I'm having here. So, well, I think I'm going to do that. So, well, let's empty one slot of our inventory. And I'm going to get a oh, I can't do it like this. So this is a spot to dump the excess yellow belts into. So I hope the system will pick up the excess yellow belt at some point. So So, okay, the biters are hitting the walls. But I wanted to pick up some more ammo anyways, so keeping some units of wall because walls are not bad at all. Not bad at wall. Okay. So, ammo land was somewhere here, wasn't it? There. Alright. Still have a big amount of ammo available. But I want to make sure it's enough for the things to come. And next up will be more laser turrets. So 61 of those bad boys should be enough for the moment. But you certainly noticed that I'm pretty concerned about the well-being of my base at this point. But yeah, that's the wonderful pressure spiders have to offer. Okay, so next step is getting the irons into the hubs, or something like that. Another thing that I should keep in mind is I can move some of my defenses away from the inner border because these resources are placed down inefficiently there. I'm going to grab as much ammo as my inventory can hold. And more turrets. You're not going to take my base. As much as I would like to build a well-organized system with a belt-fed clip supply for my gun turrets, this is just so much work. One day I will do a base that has this, but this is not going to be this base. If I want a full belt-fed clip array, I need to do some planning beforehand. And also, if I'm not mistaken, you can do that with bots way easier. So, mining productivity, wonderful. I'm going to stick with the weapon damage research just for now, because I feel like these technologies are just so fundamental to me right now. Although lame, because there's no new content getting into the game or anything like that due to this stuff. So there's a hole in my defense here. I don't like that, so we are going to remove this. No, it's not enough guns. Needs more guns. All right, that's better. Okay. And also, I'm going to expand this a little bit and dear robots, deconstruct those trees. Thanks. Man, the luxury of a later game phase. It's just awesome. There we go. Just want to make sure that we're having backup from the laser turrets. I really like the efficiency of laser turrets. Like, they're only consuming energy while they're actively defending you. It's a beautiful concept to me. Alright, so we're going to pack up a belt of iron. And since we're pretty close with that, so I can just roll along there. So, I always miss the fights. I want to see them. Okay. Let's do the loaders on this side, because I just noticed this is way better like that. So the beauty of that is I can let these belts run quite synchronously with the belts of my first iron mine, which is awesome because once the old iron mine will run out of energy, out of resources, I can use the existing infrastructure quite easily without stressing out my without having too much work, basically. Extra work. It's a good thing. So I'm leaving the car here because well, as much as I love robots to upgrade roads, I don't like them to place down roads. The ghosting tool just behaves so much differently than the manual building tool that I always end up with being confused, and for long-term building projects, it's just annoying me. So, but that's a personal thing, I guess. Alright. So I'm pretty sure that I will again have not enough belts on me. But it's going to be okay. So I have a very big surplus of sulfuric acid. Nice. So, yeah, the buffering technology works out as intended. Well, technology is a bad word. Strategy. Sorry. It was a long day, okay? But I really wanted to do some Factorio to close it off today. Sadly, well, I wanted to record some C-Block today, but, this, well, I guess the changes I'm seeing here are the reason why C-Block isn't working today and didn't get its upgrade as of yet. So we're getting some underground belts. I didn't realize I was that low on them as well. Yeah, well. So here, wait a sec. I can do that easier. I just noticed that I'm saving a lot of resources if I do it like that. It's a lot less underground belts like this. Saving up 50% is a good thing. And yeah, that's depletion point, I guess. Boom. But well, it got me quite far, and the exoskeleton is pretty useful here as well. Moving over the map feels not that slow anymore. So it seems like the automation core factory down here is producing enough materials as well. So yeah, I just noticed that we're already. How can I unmark something for which is marked for upgrades? That's something I wonder. Feel free to enlighten me. As soon as I have connected the iron input into the hub, I'm afraid it's already time again to end or recording for today. But well, work gets done step by step. I'm pretty happy with how we're progressing here. I mean, the research really slowed down at this point, mainly because I'm only producing 60 signs per second, which is per minute, which is okay. but certainly not late game, you know. But on the other side, I wanted to try how quickly I can progress with this amount of science, because I am not inclined to rush through the science tree as fast as I can, because a low science amount only means that it's going to take a little bit longer until certain research points are achieved. But so far I also avoided to look at the amounts of science packs necessary in the future, because I was afraid that might demotivate me a little bit. I didn't want to build up a huge scientific complex before I completely understood how the Krastorio tech card system works, because it sure does work a little bit different than the vanilla system. And there's another example of why am I not doing it like this? This is so much more friendly to my resources. So there we go. Okay, now then, this is connected. The constant attacks of the biters are concerning me less and less, and I think I have to connect it like this as well. So there we go. Alright, my friends, we're almost at the end for today, so I hope you're enjoying your ride. I certainly am. Feel free to drop me a comment down below, let me know if you're still alive. The viewership of this series has become a little bit silent. I mean, okay, the series is also pretty long at this point, but well, we're getting things done. Like, for the future plans, I want to try out the mineral enrichment maybe as well. I don't know if I will. It looks like a lot of effort for a little reward, but I don't know yet. So anyway, feel free to give me any support on this video if you might be so kind. I enjoy every thumbs up, every share with your friends, or even a subscription to my channel if you would be so kind. So see you guys next time, and goodbye.